Quick recap. We got our Dodge Magnum build to race at Motor Trend presents Roadkill Nights powered by Dodge. Dodge provided a Hellcat Redeye engine, a manual transmission, with a $10,000 allowance for the build. But now in today's episode, we make some serious progress. Also, make sure to get your tickets to Roadkill Nights with the link in the description below if you'd like to see me attempt to race this wagon against other creators. In today's video, we have a bunch of goodies for you, including wheels, tires, cosmetics, how we are mounting the engine, and the main issues we are seriously dealing with, and to find out just how easy it is to Hellcat swap this car. So are we gonna make Roadkill Nights, and how easy is all this? Let's get into it. All right, it is day three. Day three. You lose track when you do a car build like this. Fresh new day. We finally had some wins today when it came to shipping things today. In order to convert this to manual, you have to find an OEM pedal assembly from an older Hellcat, which has created some problems. But basically, eventually, we're gonna mount this up, kind of see where we need to be. That way, when the motor does go in, we can, well, make it manual. Wheels and tires get here tomorrow, which was a nightmare, by the way.
6 sets? 3 sets.
We went through three sets of different places, and none of them had the bolt pattern for this.
Yeah.
So that was.
Or they had the bolt pattern, not the right offset, or not
or
the
the
right
wrong
width.
size.
Yeah.
We'll probably splice this video with tomorrow as well, because tomorrow's some goodies. Okay, in order to mount pretty much every engine in the world, but also the Hellcat engine, you need to have the motor mount itself, and then you have the bracket. Mount the motor on this, get everything assembled, including the transmission on once we have the clutch. Once we have that on there, we basically just lift everything in with a forklift.
There will be no bench pressing a Hellcat engine into place
on
this round.
Dude, check out this turn down on our forklift. So, things got interesting real quick today. We're putting the motor on the subframe.
Stripped out of that one.
It's moving a little bit. What are you doing? What are you doing with the forklift,
We're gonna forklift your car out.
Because we don't have our wheels yet.
Yeah.
17s! Fitting them Brembo brakes, dog! They 17s, but I keep them clean. First time we'll see the ride height.
Yeah.
Well, at least on the back. Oh, are we on bags now? Sick.
Bags, dude.
Honestly, with our radial, that's
not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's gonna fill up to about here, I'd say. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead, basically spray down the engine bay, clean it really quick. That way, one, our morale is higher. Two, when we put the motor in, we already have a clean engine bay.
Put a clean engine in dirty.
I cannot do it. No. I want to paint it, but there's just too much stuff going on right now, so we're not going to worry about it right now. All right, so.
Ooh.
All right, got it all nice and clean. You can actually see the color again, which is nice. But on the outside, we're gonna be changing this to a bright color. So it'll have a nice contrast. I'm glad I don't have to repaint another engine bay like every other project that I've done. I've been staying up late, editing late. Grayson here has been doing an amazing job. Right, Grayson?
Thank you.
He's like,
I do amazing jobs.
but today, we have some goodies. We have some wheels and some tires. Look at that absolute unit. If all goes according to plan, it will literally fit in the engine bay, and we'll just adjust the hood or get a different hood to make it fit. Could we have chosen a bead lock or anything like that? Yes and no, because pretty much everything was on back order.
Yeah, also it's really hard to find bead locks in this bolt pattern that are a 17 as well.
17 or 18.
Yeah.
18 I looked forever. I know that rear drag sizes, the smaller typically the better, but we wanted to be sure with the Brembo brakes that they clear.
Yep.
And that's why we chose good old reliable.
Oh, that's gonna look so
This
good.
is our rear Forge Star drag wheel. I also have some other wheels coming as backup in case it rains, so don't worry.
It's really close to the sway bar. It might hit the sway bar.
So we're shaving down the sway bar.
So we're taking the sway bar off.
Oh no. Beard camera right now.
What?
Beard cam.
Beard cam?
Beard cam.
Hashtag beard cam.
Yep. Hitting the sway bar.
Just a little bit too. You could get an adjustable end link and then just lower it down.
Yeah, it's just high up for some reason.
If we can find an adjustable end link, then we can literally just pivot the whole sway bar down and it'll bring it away from the wheel. That way you can, you know, keep the sway bar.
This is my first pair of skinnies as well. This is my first pair of drag skinnies, and they're just some Raystar fronts. Basically one of the only wheels available right now, but honestly, they seem like they're gonna be pretty cool. So I'm gonna unopen, unbox, unwrap, etc. Nice simple 5-spoke. Dire times.
Dire times, yeah. What you doing?
I dropped it.
I noticed that.
But we're gonna solve this sway bar issue one of two ways. One, we just get adjustable sway bar end links, or we use our mad scientist and just adjust the sway bar. That's probably what's gonna happen. Can't go wrong with a 5-spoke.
Sweet.
It's almost like people use TEs or something.
I know, yeah.
That's really cool. I like the lip. What do you think, Cole?
Yeah, I like the
lip is
machine.
what makes it.
Yeah, I think the machine lip, and then, you know, it just looks good. It's gonna look good with the machine lip. Shows off the radio a little bit better.
Especially with my Hellcat chrome emblems.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
So sick.
So sick. Too fast.
Too much chrome for me, man.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of, Cole? Like when you go to like a press event and they just have their stuff on display, like the inner guts of something. Because that's literally what this is. I'm really excited to see the fitment. We're obviously going to have to make some adjustments to make it really work well, but overall, I think it's gonna fit pretty close.
I think you're right.
I think
it's gonna fit well.
I think it's gonna fit. Basically the things we wanna do out of the car, right? Pulley swap, a lot easier out of the car. Put on the alternator, a lot easier. Starter, all the accessories that we're still waiting on, which is not stressful at all. I think we're about to have a very big moment, don't you think?
Yes.
So, finally, we got our clutch. We got our flywheel, which I just drove half hour for.
Now hang on. You didn't get the flywheel, you got a counterweight. So, this is the flywheel right here. This is what came in our McLeod clutch kit. I'm gonna try to get this thing off.
To kind of show it, yeah. Look at that
So,
thing. It's a beast.
This isn't a flywheel surface here. This is just a flat surface with, this is a big, fat, chunky ring gear.
Yes.
That's what this is. That's
Yeah.
all this is. It's a big, fat, chunky ring gear.
Basically, the goal is right now is to bolt up the transmission to the engine. That way, we can do our first ever test fit into the Magnum and really see how close it's gonna be. All right, we have our twin disc on here. It's gonna be able to handle the launches off the line at Roadkill Nights. That's what our main concern was. We were gonna kind of use an OEM clutch just to have it, but then we realized, well, let's just go ahead and upgrade to the twin disc while we're already here. It's already out of the car.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah. Right there should be it.
Here you go. Oh, yeah, you're kind of at an angle. Yeah. So we have the top two in.
Yep.
Now we're just gonna get the rest into the bell housing. And then that's a very big moment. All right, had a nice weekend, Grayson?
Yes.
Grayson here took 2 days off. I got some work done, did some car reviews, including a really, really sick Viper. That'll be out after this chaos is all done.
Yeah.
But finally got the wheels and our tires. So now we're in business. Here is our Sticky Boy radial. One, because for some reason getting slicks here was very difficult. But at the same time, Grayson, the surface we're gonna be racing on, I think is better for a radial.
Yeah, it's
that's my
literally
opinion.
just a street.
Yeah, for an 1/8 mile. I also have PS4S's coming on Demon wheels, so that'll be cool just to have as a backup.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if I just end up racing on those?
That would be cool.
Yeah, out of everything, be like, hey, guess what? We on the streets of Detroit on a street top. Basically, we got these Toyo Proxies. These are big boys. Believe it or not, these are the same tire. They're on the 1400 horsepower Viper I drove yesterday.
Oh, perfect.
And guess what it did, Grayson?
Spin?
Dead hook.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Make sure that we put these on correctly.
It's a 315.
It's a big.
She's big.
It's a big.
Oh, look at you, Grayson.
Putting them on is the easy part.
Yeah.
Before we balance it or anything, or mount the other one, we're gonna take it back over to the car and just make sure we're not wasting our time, because there is quite a bit of tire bubble here, so we'll see what happens.
Look at that meat. Dude.
No rub.
No way.
No rub.
No way.
Nothing.
It doesn't hit the suspension? No. Here, let me show what I was worried about. With the 315, I could have sworn we were gonna hit this back here. I got spacers just in case, but honestly, it's gonna fit.
Fits.
It
It's
fits.
perfect. It looks really good too.
Wow.
This
so
tire, or this fender liner might rub.
We just cut that.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
can
bad.
literally just notch this right here.
Oh, upgrade, black steel weight.
Black steel weights. It's a big mod. It's coming. I promise you. Everybody's swapping to it, man. It's the new underglow.
Get with the trend.
Yeah. Look at that.
Perfect.
Okay.
I always love the tire machine. Okay.
Okay.
All right, part 2. Skinnies.
Yep.
Never seen skinnies been mounted before, actually.
I've never mounted skinnies before.
Yeah, so we're about to find out what should be like either the easiest or the hardest thing in the world.
I think it'll be somewhat easy.
I think
because
so, too.
You don't have so much like actual tread fighting against you.
Right.
You know.
Here we have our Mickey Thompson tires for Mr. Grayson.
They're so small.
It's so small. All right, after a few minutes later, he's got to get the proper leverage. Grayson,
slightly
what was
more.
the secret?
Having a lot of leverage. My helping hand here. It's a good help. The helping hand helps.
I never think of it this way because all my other cars, we have a wagon.
Yeah.
So if I really want to go to the track or something, I just throw this stuff in the back and
Yeah.
put my other wheels and tires on.
Literally, and you could probably fit a floor jack.
This big dent was a big problem in the front fender, and while we're waiting on parts, might as well keep going with cosmetics. Basically, instead of fixing this dent that we tried to do over and over again, I got a brand new fender. It's coming loose, gents!
This is the new fuel basket with dual Hellcat pumps rather than a single one. And the cool part about this is it has a return line on it. So factory, the Hellcat and Redeye engines are returnless, which is awesome unless you really start adding power. Then it's kind of tough to regulate fuel pressure. So this will allow us to use an external vacuum reference regulator, which is going to be awesome in the future.
Future! Grayson, it's the next day, and we finally solved an issue we had.
A huge issue.
Oh,
Thanks
so
to Eric here.
Eric the man, can we just show off the tool he made?
Eric, show him the tool.
Fabricated this out of thin air today. So basically this is to hold onto the other side of the snout on the Supercharger, and we're doing a pulley swap to a Hellraiser 275, and it's much, much smaller than the factory guy. The factory guy is this one. Let's look at the other one. So this is where Eric made his lovely handy dandy tool. Yeah?
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Amazing.
Like that.
Just to hold this in to pull the pulley off.
Yep.
Really cool stuff. I think we're gonna make a little more boost.
Yeah. I hope so.
Grayson,
Yeah.
I just drove all over town to find these parts, but a huge thank you, and Grayson can also say thank you to Zach,
Yes.
who has this amazing Viper he let me review. Now we have our accessory drive, our starter, our alternator, all that good stuff. So finally, we can try and put this engine in physically and see where we're at. Also, our fabricator Eric made these awesome V-bands for the headers,
Yes.
which look absolutely incredible. All right, it actually doesn't look too bad. All right, so we have that steering arm, steering shaft, diddly bob, that's in the way.
We'll just have to watch it. Well, it's actually not even a sensor, it's just a plug.
Do the heads clear?
Yep.
Clear on that side?
All good.
Grayson, you said the shifter's bopping?
Yep.
Okay.
So, but that's what we needed because we needed to kind of figure out where the hole needs to go for the shifter.
By the way, Mike is visiting from Scotland. Say hi, Mike.
Hello.
The automatic shifter assembly is in the way, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and ditch this thing. That way we have more clearance to get the swap going. Nice form, digging it. This just in, there is an adventure journey in this car. We have an earring and a dime, it's my lucky day, and a disgusting pile I need to clean. So we're gonna basically drill a small hole through here to kind of see where we're going to make sure the trans lines up, because this is where the original auto shifter was. That way we're gonna try and utilize the same spot. Not my car, Grayson. For science.
There's carpet underneath.
Oh no.
We have the engine and trans and the subframe actually in for the first time for good. We're leaving it in as far as progress goes. There are other things that would be nice to do with the engine out, but we just don't have time to leave the engine out anymore. We need to get going on stuff.
Yep.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out a way that we can get this back to the fab area just to roll so that we can make a trans mount because Eric needs to weld on it. Right now, I'm kind of seeing if the factory automatic cross member can kind of do that job. And if it does, then we can bolt the wheels on and this thing can roll for the first time in a week.
Also, kind of neat on the bottom of the oil pan. SRT. This looks so obnoxious, I love it.
That's gonna be.
All right, let's see this bad boy.
Yeah, all the way.
All right, so eventually one day I'll get lowering springs, but for now, it looks sick. More squat.
We're just gonna put like 4 people in the back.
What do you think, Grayson?
It looks sick.
It does look sick. Is it 4x4, but for the purpose, it looks good.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Grayson? When we put the street wheels on it, it'll look really good because they're 20s.
Half the work is just getting the motor in the car.
Yep.
Now we have to do all the rest of the stuff. So,
Same.
I wish we were further than it looks like.
I know.
The fact that it actually fits, it's actually like
With almost no fabrication of the firewall or anything.
It's pretty
Look,
impressive.
it literally fits. So next step is we need to get a shifter extender that will put the shifter all the way back into the cabin. Right now, we're 15 inches off where it needs to be. So we're ordering the shifter extension. Hopefully it comes this week. Because once that's in, that's more progress. At the same time, we got to get the measurements for the drive shaft. And that's actually the main reason we got the motor in the car today. So we can get that measurement, send it to the drive shaft shop tomorrow, see what happens. Just for giggles, try and shut the hood. Nope.
No way.
All right, so it is the next day, but we're gonna close out this video and start with the next one. And we've accomplished a lot in this one, Grayson.
Yes.
Wheels and tires, motors in the car, starting the fuel system, explain the fuel system. Basically, the takeaways from this episode. 1, we need a shifter extender, which we are going to get from Sicky Manufacturing. I'm very excited about that. Also, HB tuners unlocked our ECU. We can now tune on our ECU. That way, we can do all the fun things with the pulley, 85, all that good stuff. So huge thanks to HB Tuners for taking this so soon. They overnighted it back. It's amazing of them. And on that note, next episode, a lot is going to happen. Very excited. We're waiting on, what, like 3 or 4 more parts, Grayson?
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much it, I think.
I hope.
It never ends. It never ends. It is, what's the date? It is the 27th. August 8th is sneaking up. On that note, see you guys next time. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell for the next episode of the series. Have a great day.